Right-hander, 6'2", 200-pound righty.
And a ground ball towards the left side. Tough play. Bogaerts gets rid of it quickly on one hop. Arise can't pick it. And will it trickle into the dugout? It will. It'll be an extra 90 feet for Christian Yelich. An infield single and then an E6. Man in scoring position for the Brewers.
That's a great start. Only had one man in scoring position in the entire ball game. In yesterday's game, Brewers have just scored 8 runs total in the 5 games so far against the Padres. You see Christian Yelich hits it into the hole, and Xander Bogaerts gets there, but Arise, if he picks it, didn't look like too difficult of a pick, and watch this one trickle into the dugout. The Brewers have a runner at second base.
Jackson Chourio trying to find his swing. He's in the middle of an 0 for 18 at the plate. On this road trip, just 3 for 24. And a check swing. He went around, says Chad Fairchild, and a pitch that may have hit him.
We talked about it last night's broadcast, how Jackson Chourio probably just speeding up a little bit. Maybe Machado needing...
Want some new sunglasses.
Maybe the flip downs or something.
A slider down the middle. Chourio comes up empty. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Maybe he was saying it's in the longer carrying case. That's what the one that looks like the rectangle. I don't know.
It's pretty good. That's probably right.
Down and away. No chase. That's a good take there from Jackson Chourio. I mean, he's probably got 15 different pairs of sunglasses he can go to. Not a single cloud in the sky. Swing and a miss. Cease picks up his first strikeout of the day.
It leads baseball in strikeouts per 9. This is a fastball well above the zone at 96 miles per hour. He's got that extra little giddy up on that heater. He hides it. Look at the short arm path from Dylan Cease. Don't really pick up the ball until it's coming out of his, kind of that right above his shoulder area. That's tough to pick up.
Terang checked the swing on the slider, didn't go.
It's 4-seam slider, curveball. Let's throw a sweeper and a changeup occasionally. At 114 of his 215 now strikeouts on the slider.
Went sweeper, 2 balls, no strikes on Terang. Just 2 for 16 on this road trip for Bryce. Brewers trying to jump out in front. It's a team that has one of the best records in baseball when they score first. And he fouls it back. Good pitch to hit. 2-1. Brewers are 68 and 22 when they score first. They've only scored once on this road trip first. That was on Saturday, the one game they beat the Cardinals. And a throw, and it almost hit Yelich in the back. It may have even clipped his arm, and Bogaerts was able to hang on to it. So I'm shaking up that arm.
Played the ricochet off of Yelich's back in order to secure this throw from Cease. He kind of trapped it against his arm.
Yelich gets an extra step. Now the pitch to Terang, a line drive into shallow right. And making the catch, Laureano. Got in on his hands at 98. And Vaughn in the cleanup spot today.
Remember, too, this is an important game. And not only for the Brewers to get that magic number down to 1 in order to secure a home field advantage throughout the playoffs against the Phillies, but also, you really want to kind of keep the Padres down, right? You want to make sure that the Padres kind of land in that 5th spot for the playoff, the bracket, right? Because you don't want this Padres. This is, to me, just on paper, this might be the best team in baseball, right? I mean, of course, besides the Milwaukee Brewers with the best record of baseball at the 95 wins, but this is a dangerous team, especially come October.
Throw to second. Cronenworth made the catch on the run. Yelich was getting antsy out there. It looked like he was going to take off for third. Sees with an extra look.
Yelich trying to get that extra, they call that the vault lead, where you kind of vault your way towards the next base with 2 outs. Be careful there. They're already in scoring position.
But you're right, Vinny, and Pat Murphy talks about this all the time, just the paper test. When you look at the team on paper, this is one of the best teams in Major League Baseball, San Diego Padres. The game isn't played on paper, thankfully.
Just a dangerous team in October that you're definitely not going to want to face, especially here in San Diego. So if they go ahead and win that division against the Dodgers, they're only a game and a half back. They do not have the tiebreaker over the Dodgers, however, but they do have the tiebreaker over the Chicago Cubs, a game and a half back from them as well for that number 4 slot. And that would mean that they would play a 3-game series here at Petco.
Clip the corner, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Padres and the Cubs split their 6 games. The next tiebreaker is your intra-divisional record. The Padres better in the West than the Cubs are in the Central. 2-2 on Vaughn. Trying to bring Yelich home. And a line drive on 1 bounce to Bogarts. Long throw across, and he gets Vaughn to retire the side. The Brewers had Yelich at second base with nobody out. He's stranded there. Chad Patrick gets to work next.
Knife for the Brewers here in the month of September. A couple of relief, 1-inning relief appearances as well here in the last month.
Rise slaps that one right back up the middle. He's got a 13-game hitting streak. Second longest of the season for him at a 16-gamer earlier this season. Leadoff man is on for San Diego.
This guy can hit, especially pitches just like that, out over the plate, elevated a little bit, puts that short, compact, quick swing on it, lines something back up the middle.
The lost art what Luis Rise does night in and night out. Doesn't strike out much, doesn't walk very much, puts the ball in play. Two-time batting champion, 3 times as a matter of fact. That one is a strike on the corner to Manny Machado.
This can be a huge test for Chad Patrick today. I mean, this lineup that the Padres are rolling out in today's game, I mean, it is stacked up and down with guys that are swinging the bat really well as of late.
Machado takes outside, and they're still without Fernando Tatis.
Right.
Dealing with an illness, not even with the team. Machado did not play last night. The base hit in Monday's game and pops this one up. Third base side. And it's going to drift into the seats. Not a lot of foul ground in San Diego. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Manny Machado. Every day is Bark in the Park Day in San Diego. Out beyond center field in the park. Toss over to first, has a rise back. What they have built out there behind the center field fence is really cool, especially during day games. You got the beach setting. You sit on the hill, bring your pooch, and watch the game. One-two on Machado. Swing and a miss. He got him. That's the cutter. First strikeout for Chad Patrick.
Let's take a look at that Brewers defense, brought to you by Landmark Credit Union. Behind Chad Patrick, Jake Bowers in left, Churio in center, Sal Frelick, the Gold Glover, in right.
Jackson Merrill hits in 8 of his last 9 ball games. And that one tapped foul. Paul Skeens won the Rookie of the Year award last year. Merrill and Churio were the next 2 in the voting. Jackson Churio, Jackson Merrill. Don't forget about Jackson Holiday with the Orioles. Those trio of Jacksons are going to be good for a long time.
Yeah.
Fouled off of Jansen. Right over the cage. It's 0-2.
A lot of good young players coming up in the big leagues. A couple of guys featured in this game right now. Merrill and Churio. And take a look at this one. Direct hit off of the face mask of Danny Jansen off the bat of Jackson Merrill. That'll ring your bell, wake you up.
Pat Murphy, training staff, looking out at Danny Jansen, making sure he's okay. It's 0-2 on Jackson Merrill. And he struck him out. There's that breaking ball from Chad Patrick. We heard pitching coach from AAA talking about the spike ability of that breaking ball slider that he's created much more tilt with recently.
Yeah, this is something that Chad Patrick works mostly with that cutter east-west, and this is going to go north-south with that hard breaking slurve. He's actually calling it more of a slurve now. See that spike grip, goes straight down, gets a swing and miss on Merrill.
Gavin Sheets at the plate and takes 95 just below the zone.
And Chad Patrick only threw that pitch once last time out against the St. Louis Cardinals. See if he deploys it a few more times in this one.
It's so interesting that pitchers can tinker with something in a bullpen and then it's game ready the next time.
Mm-hmm. Especially a guy like Chad Patrick has so much feel for the baseball. You can't command a cut fastball the way that Chad Patrick can unless you do have great dexterity in your fingers, great feel for the baseball.
Rise back with a dive. is low. 3-0 on Sheets. Bogart's waiting on deck. Sheets hitless in the series. 0 for 8. Mixing it up a ton early. That 6-pitch arsenal. And he walked him. 2-out walk to Sheets opens the door for Bogaerts.
The walks at times have been just a little blip on the radar for Chad Patrick over the course of the season. But this is where he has made his money, so to speak, is his ability to pitch in big spots like this with runners in scoring position. Hitters just hitting 173 against Chad Patrick. Being asked to get out of this one with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position here.
One of the best marks in the big leagues. Batting average against with runners in scoring position. And Bogaerts looked low. That's 5 straight out of the zone from Chad Patrick. Bogaerts returned to the lineup last night for the first time. Missed a month. And then 0 for 4 last night. See if Patrick get back in the strike zone. Not this time. 2 balls, no strikes. He's messing with the landing area as Danny Jansen will go out and chat with Chad Patrick.
Yeah, give him a little mental reset right here. Last 2 pitches well out of the zone.
Get himself through this inning. Got the first 2 outs after the Arise base hit. Struck out Machado and Merrill pretty quickly in those sequences. He's thrown 6 straight out of the zone. Sheets and now Bogaerts. There's a strike. Caught the corner.
He's just got an uncanny ability to make a pitch like that. That is right on the edge on a 2-0 pitch to a pretty good hitter in Bogaerts.
Popped him up first base side. And just out of the reach of Vaughn into that Padres dugout. Big pitch coming from Chad Patrick. Ryan O'Hearn waiting next. He has been a Brewers killer in 2025, whatever the uniform he's worn. 2-2. Fly ball center field. Back goes Churriel on the warning track, leaping, and he brought it back. Jackson Churriel took 3 runs off the board. Takes a home run away from Xander Bogaerts. Big play. first inning. Big momentum shift.
Huge catch by Chourio. Let's see if the Brewers can get some momentum on their side and put some runs up on the board in the top of the second.
And Frelick checks the swing on a high fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. You see the shift of the infield for Sal. Fouled it back. Frelick trying to find his swing. 3 for 19 on this road trip. Pumps this one foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still having some long at-bats, grinding through ABs, drawing his walks, productive at-bats. Takes that 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And you continue to do that, Jeff, and the hits will come. The results will come. Obviously, you need some of these bats to heat up coming into October. And regardless of how they finish the season, they're still going to have, 6 days off until their first game, October 4th.
Fouled it away, went slider on the outside corner. And if playoffs began today, it would be the winner of the Cubs and the Padres. Series that would be played in Chicago. But that is no sure thing either.
Right. There's a lot that's going to happen these next 4 days, 4 or 5 days, I should say.
Foul back and out of play. Eighth pitch of the sequence about to be thrown by Dylan Cease to Sal Frelick. I think a lot of what the Padres are trying to accomplish, too, is you see the 3-2, and that's a called third strike. 98, and Sal couldn't pull the trigger. Second strikeout for Cease. Before we start talking more playoffs, how about Inside the Play? Brought to you by Frederick Medical College of Wisconsin. Jackson Chourio, good jump on this one, Vinny.
Yeah, Xander Bogaerts put a charge into this one. Carries a little bit better during the day here in San Diego, and he reaches up and steals a home run from Xander Bogaerts and takes 3 runs off the board for the Padres.
See the reaction there from Luis Arraez. He couldn't believe it. And that is outside ball 1 on Caleb Durbin. And some of it with the Padres, it's positioning. Because if you win the division, then you're playing against the number 6 seed in the postseason. That one took the mask right off of Fermin. And right now it would be the Mets.
The Mets, Reds, Diamondbacks, they're all in contention. I just think a priority for this Padres team is to go ahead and play that series and try and play that series at home.
Yes.
They just are just so much better at home than the road. We have a 49-28 record at home. That is playing some good baseball. Brewers, for some context, are 51-27 at home. So that's why it's important for the Brewers to get that number 1 seed throughout. Play so well in front of the Brewers faithful.
The magic number is 2 for the Brewers to have home field advantage all the way through. There's the standings in the West. And strike 3 called. Slider right on the corner. Durbin's rung up. Back-to-back strikeouts looking for Cease.
Yeah, Dylan Cease. There was some question whether or not he was going to be in the rotation in their playoffs because he struggled so badly. And so far in this one, he's looked sharp. This is a slider right on that corner at 88 miles per hour. Maybe a little bit off. Maybe a little bit too close to take as well from Durbin.
Jake Bauers fouled it back into the net. 98 from Cease. The Diamondbacks and Dodgers are playing in Arizona. They will continue their series tomorrow, and then Arizona comes here to San Diego. Bowers down the right field line. This one's got some carry. It's off the top of the wall. Bowers digging for two, and the throw is offline from Laureano. It's a double for Jake Bowers.
Well, he has been impressive, Jake Bowers. 9th double of the year. He is totally locked in. Doesn't matter if he plays every day. He's got that swing dialed in right now. Look how short, compact this is. Little short stride. So balanced, and he's able to get to this fastball 98 up and in, and he legs out a double. Just missed a home run by a couple of feet.
Another runner in scoring position for the Brewers. Stereo takes a strike. And how strong Jake Bowers is. He did not get all of that either.
Yeah, not even on the barrel. It was down on the handle a little bit.
93 miles an hour off the bat. Muscled it out off the wall. Strike two on Monasterio, his first at-bat of this San Diego portion of the road trip. He's 3 for 5 against the Cardinals. He's down in the count 0-2 to Dylan Cease. Feels like whenever the Brewers have needed a big hit, it's been Monasterio that's come up in those situations. A very consistent year offensively. And that's with very limited playing time, too.
Yeah, he has been consistent. And he'll give you a consistent quality at bat. It's a guy that just knows his role, and he knows if he just continues to win each pitch from strike to ball, that the results will show. The results have shown this year. Look at that. Batting average in 65 games, playing so sparingly. 805 OPS. He's been productive.
On the ground foul. As Murph likes to say, he's in the cooler a lot.
Yeah.
But then as he gets to the plate, it's almost as if he's in the air fryer.
It's like that. The skillet, maybe? It's not easy to do what he's doing and how productive he's been, considering he doesn't play every day.
Swing and a miss. Cease ends up striking out 3 in the inning. Bowers had the double. Brewers hope for their first 4 with minutes.
On Monday that this would likely be the plan, so he skipped what would be his normal bullpen and just went through his normal throwing program to prepare for today. The Brewers also made a roster move, calling up Carlos Rodriguez to provide some bulk and some length innings behind him. Eric Fetty could also be available here today. So anticipate likely a shorter start, around 50 pitches for Patrick here today, considering that short rest. And guys, it was supposed to be Quinn Priester's day, but with the team being off tomorrow, Priester will get a full week in between. And for his final tune-up here of the regular season, he will pitch Friday against the Cincinnati Reds. And if you want to play a little strategy, yes, it does keep him away from facing the San Diego Padres. He has not faced them this season.
It's all good stuff. Thank you so much. The gamesmanship and just you want your guys at their peak performance down the stretch. And Chad Patrick, who was out in the bullpen last night, as O'Hearn slaps one up the middle, a base hit. Leadoff single to start the second inning for San Diego. It is his fourth hit of the series in 9 at-bats.
Think about what he did against the Brewers in the Baltimore Orioles series earlier this season as well. Can't seem to get that guy out. Yeah, I do think it's interesting how you push Quinn Priester back, just because he has nasty stuff, right? The sinker, the slider, the curveball he's got working, the cutter at the top of the zone. And so if a team is going to face Quinn Priester for the first time in the playoffs, I think that's advantage Quinn Priester. Mm-hmm. It's because that slider, or that sinker it's not unique. It's just a pitch that the more you see it, the better you're going to be able to kind of make an adjustment to it, because it's nasty. It's been nasty all season long.
Sinker came back in that outside corner against Laureano to even things up, a ball and a strike. Quinn has had such an amazing run this year. And he'll get the Reds on Friday. Check the swing. He went, says Bill Miller. It's 1-2. It's that sharp slurve Chad Patrick's been featuring.
He's throwing that a few more times in this outing. This is the fourth time that he's thrown it. 4 for 4 with strikes on it.
Ooh, look out. We talked about it on Monday, Vinny, about the preparation for having a week off and how you keep yourself sharp. Maybe take one day off in there on Monday and then do some simulated games. You're going to have some bullpens. Check swing foul. That cutter never cut for Patrick.
There's no way to really simulate what you're going to see in the playoffs and how to just kind of simulate a major league game for sure. And there's no way to simulate a major league playoff game, playoff atmosphere either. I just think that this team, because they've been gamers up and down this roster all year long, I think they're going to show up and ball out like they have pretty much all year.
.97 on that sinker from Patrick. Stuff is there. Cronenworth waits next. Fights another one off. Check out where this foul ball off his finger. We knew he got in on that cutter, but didn't realize it hit him on the fingers. Ouch.
I'm pretty sure that would have been a hit by pitch if they would have reviewed it.
Could have checked the swing. Not a reviewable play at that moment, since it was called a foul ball. 3-2. Fouled, and that one may have got Chad Fairchild behind the plate. So we've seen both catchers wear one in the mask, and now Fairchild gets clipped.
As you're getting beat up back there. Right off the side of the mask. That one doesn't hurt as bad as a direct hit.
Ninth pitch coming up. And he got him. At the top of the zone with that slurve. Third strikeout for Chad Patrick.
Yeah, Ramon Laureano hammers right-handed breaking balls, but the fact that Chad Patrick sped him up so much with that 97 inside and threw him a bunch of hard stuff in this at-bat, this breaking ball freezes Ramon Laureano for a big first out.
You wonder how much the foul ball off his fingers had to do with that, too, as you saw that pitch coming in on his hands. Cronenworth out to left. Bowers drifting, makes the catch on the warning track. One pitch out. Welcome sight for Chad Patrick. And now a quick message from Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
At Heart of Canal Street, our hearts have been set on
Number 9 hitter, Freddie Fermin. Taking a look at his fingers.
I think he was saying exactly what you were saying. I think he thought he swung on the check swing. That's why he didn't ask for some help on a hit by pitch.
If that was the case, he'd have been out. Line foul by Fermin. Sunsplash day in San Diego. No 2 from Patrick. Got him. High cutter. 2 more strikeouts for Chad Patrick, giving 4 in the game. Aces on that read as you see Bryce Johnson coming into the ball game. He's in right field. Ramon Laureano is out of the game, so that hit by pitch, foul ball situation off of his right hand maybe a little bigger than what we anticipate. We'll see. Danny Jansen takes a strike.
That'll be a big deal if he is out. for the remainder of the year and even into October. He's been good all season long for both the Orioles and for the Padres, acquired at the trade deadline.
The Padres have been searching for some stability in that left field position all year. You know, Laureano's out in right, and now it's Johnson out in right. Tatis is usually out there when he's healthy, so having that bona fide left fielder in Laureano is a big deal.
Yeah, right.
1-2 to Jansen.
And when they're at full strength and when Tatis is in the lineup, that means either Ryan O'Hearn or Gavin Sheets is going to be the odd man out. One of them is going to be on the bench.
And strike, no, excuse me, a little low. Looked like Chad Fairchild was going to pull back on Danny Jansen. The slow draw.
A little flinch.
3-2 the Yelich on deck. And Jansen pops it up behind the plate. Do it again. The Brewers find themselves in a very similar situation at first base.
Yeah, they do.
With Vaughn and Bowers, Hoskins.
Vaughn, Bowers, Hoskins, and then Monasterio. What about Isaac Collins having trouble finding playing time? Not too many teams have that kind of depth on their bench. So many players that are deserving of everyday at-bats the way that they're playing.
Another 3-2 to Jansen. And he walked him. First walk issued by Dylan Cease. And Christian Yelich, who had an infield single his first time up, gets an opportunity. Wisconsin Lottery Powerball home run leaderboard has Yelich at the top with 29. Still searching for that golden 30th. It'll be the third time he hits 30 home runs as a member of the Brewers. Third time ever in his career. Yelich takes outside with a curveball. .102 runs batted in. Had a couple in the game on Monday. Swing and a miss. There's that slider from Cease. It's a good one.
He's just had an unbelievable year. I mean, to come back. Since 2019, he really hasn't had the home run production or the RBI production since. So it's been a 4 or 5 year hiatus, and he's come back. Since that back surgery, he's been awesome.
Foul back by Yelich. It's 1-2.
13-year career, only the second time that he's eclipsed that 100 RBI mark.
Cease is ready to roll. Fermin's not even in his crouch yet. And he's already getting into the set position.
Aggressive today is Dylan Cease. Only walked one hitter so far. And when he walks multiple hitters, he's got a .556 ERA this season.
Bangs it foul.
Attacking the zone. That's when he's gotten in trouble this season. Dylan Cease is when he's kind of scattering pitches, big misses. Not today so far.
Cease steps off. Full boat on Christian Yelich. 50 pitches already for Dylan Cease through 2+ innings. Can get into trouble with these big pitch counts. Runner goes, swing and a foul.
Actually surprised that they did send Danny Jansen right there, Jeff. Just because of the amount of strikeouts and the strikeout stuff that Dylan Cease does have, it'd almost be just gifting them a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Christian Yelich does hit a lot of balls on the ground. Maybe he's thinking staying out of the double play.
Stays put now, and a ground ball back to Cease. He's going to go to second. Low throw. Bogarts picks it. Throw to first is not in time. It was almost a disaster for San Diego. Bogarts just saved Cease.
Yeah, he did. That's just a pretty terrible throw right here by Dylan Cease on the comebacker. Just kind of spikes it into the ground, and Xander Bogaerts saves him from an error and records the out at second base to get the lead runner, Danny Jansen. That's a nasty hop, too. That's pretty impressive.
Swap out Yelich speed, and Jackson Chourio at the plate, squares to bunt, lays it down. Cease is going to get the out at first. A high throw, it's safe. Chourio beat the throw as Arise had to jump to get out of the way. The two collided, and now we're starting to see Cease with some throwing issues to the bases.
Yeah, anytime you see a pitcher slow his arm down when they're throwing to the bases, that kind of raises some red flags. Hey, this guy is not comfortable, doesn't have a ton of feel in recording outs to the bases. This ball is pretty much bunted right back to Dylan Cease. He actually had a play at second base if he's able to turn right away. See how he slows that arm down, throws it high, and Arise had to vacate the base and jump to even catch it.
See him kind of baby that throw there, and Arise, who's not a tall guy. And they did not challenge that play over at first base. That appeared to be awfully close at first. The Rise getting that foot down at the same time as Jackson Chourio, but no challenge. This feels like an opportunity for the Brewers to take advantage with the middle of the order coming up as Ruben Niebla, pitching coach, finishes with his conversation. Terang, the number 3 hitter, coming up for the Brewers.
You got to take advantage right here, especially with how this road trip has been going offensively for the Brewers. There's one win so far on the road trip. This is their opportunity.
How close was this?
Look at this, how they, that is bang, bang. Too early in the game, perhaps, to challenge. And again, maybe a break that was called safe on the field. I don't know if there would have been enough evidence to overturn it.
And that's outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Bryce Terang. It's a big curveball for a ball. Oof. The Brewers just caught a break right there. 2-0.
Yeah, big swing pitch.
That looked like it got a lot of the zone. And it's fouled away. Went slider at the bottom of the zone. Bryce Terang, the team leader with men in scoring position, hitting .350 and an OPS nearly at 900.
Been one of the best in the league in that category all year.
Ground ball left side. Bogarts dives, flip. Out at second base is the call. We'll see if the Brewers take another look at it. Not sure Cronenworth was able to hold the bag or not. Pat Murphy says challenge it. It's a big call in this game.
Man. It looks safe by a lot in real time.
So Bill Miller put the earpiece in. Roberto Ortiz out at second base was on the call, so he'll join in the conversation. Take another look. Great play again by Bogaerts.
It is a great play to save a run for sure. Keeps it in the infield and then backhand flips it over to Cronenworth, who's covering. Man, that is safe by a lot.
It was a very quick overturn. Quick overturn, and the bases are loaded for Vaughn.
Yeah, the play did save a run from getting into the outfield. Pretty nifty play by Bogaerts just to keep it in.
Chance to strike for the Brewers, one of their top RBI producers since July. Bounced to short his first time, did Vaughn, and he takes outside, ball one. These two former teammates with the Chicago White Sox. And it's 2-0 on Vaughn. And the pitch count continues to climb. And Vaughn has one hit with the Brewers with the bases loaded. It was a grand slam against the Cubs. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-1. Went to the slider. And a 2-0 count.
That's a well-located slider, too. 2-0, you're thinking, got to get the head out here to get to the fastball, and he drops that slider on you at the bottom.
Vaughn, a smash. Bogaerts has it. That's one. That's two. Oh, my goodness. The Brewers had seesaw on the ropes. Street from Petco Park. Here is Luis Arraez. He takes first pitch strike. Where the Brewers had bases loaded with Vaughn at the plate, and big double play turned by Xander Bogaerts, the Padre defense. Stranded men in scoring position in each of the first three innings as Eric Fetty starts to play catch in the Brewers' pen. Knew it was going to be a short-ish start for Patrick, working on just 3 days rest.
Serving as that Swiss Army knife, Chad Patrick. It's actually been better second time through the order this season.
Foul tipped it into the glove of Jansen. 2-2.
The hitter's hitting just .217 with a 600 OPS that second time through the order. This is that situation right here as Luis Arraez is the leadoff hitter for the Padres.
And slaps a foul. Stays alive. Toughest guy in the big leagues to strike out.
21 times. .33 walks, 21 punch. 662 plate appearances.
Takes pitches like that and fouls them away.
There's some guys that strike out 21 times in 2 weeks.
Yep. And James Wood of the Nationals has 215 strikeouts, by the way, to lead the league. 3-2, golf foul, do it again.
So after I got done playing, this was 2016. I finished up last year, AAA Charlotte. I was auditioning for a scouting job for the Texas Rangers, so they sent me up to Appleton to scout a game, and Luis Arraez was hitting in that game. And I said, this guy's... They sent me different names. I said, hey, this guy's pretty good. He can hit.
It's another one foul.
He was in the Quad Cities playing for the Twins organization.
And that was in your scouting report? He can hit?
He can hit a little bit. This guy can hit.
Fringe big leaguer?
Before I knew all the scouting lingo, yeah.
Another 3-2. And he threw the bat at it. Did he go? He did not, says Ben May. So it's a walk to Luis Arraez. So it looked like he was trying to check his swing, and instead of keeping the bat in his hand, he just dropped the bat to prevent the check swing.
He's getting out of the way of this slurve in the dirt.
If he hangs onto the bat, he goes around. So he just dropped it.
Dropped the bat right on home plate.
That's good hands.
He's got great hands. Not how you want to start the inning, however, with the leadoff walk.
Yeah, the Caps a 10-pitch at-bat, too. Manny Machado at the plate. Machado swings through a cutter. Leadoff man has been on in each of the first 3 innings against Chad Patrick. Fetty getting ready in the Brewers bullpen. One and two on Machado. Good idea with the sinker.
They got him on a cutter in his first at-bat, down and away. That is where you can get Manny Machado to go fishing for pitches outside the zone.
Going out there's Jansen. And he got him again. Perfect execution, 5th strikeout for Chad Patrick.
Yeah, good call. I mean, it's one thing to know how to get a guy out where his cold zones are. It's another thing to execute the pitch in a big spot. And Chad Patrick's been doing it all year. This is one of those examples again. A cutter away gets Manny Machado to swing through it.
That trio of sinker, cutter, four-seamer dominating the arsenal again today for Chad Patrick. Fouled away.
One of those guys, Jeff, that in a playoff game scenario, you know that he is going to give you his best. You know that he's not going to shrink under the pressure of a playoff situation. He's just got that it factor, that bulldog mentality. I've loved watching him pitch all year long in his rookie season.
That's a perfect pitch. But the velocity, either the Hawkeye system is misidentifying these sinkers as changeups or vice versa.
That's a change.
Because his velocity on the sinker has been 95, 97 all day. That is hammered foul. Third deck, the long strike 2.
So there's a small safety zone against Jackson Merrill, but you got to hit it. It's up and in. That one was just out over the plate. He swings, and he's super aggressive. He's almost swinging at the rosin bag up there. He swings at everything. Got to make quality pitches against this guy.
That's in the dirt. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second base is going to be in time. A strike him out, throw him out, double play. Patrick gets out of the inning. Great throw from Danny Jansen, and a perfect pitch executed by Chad. Against Cease in the third. With only one out, Vaughn hit into the double play, and the hitting with runners in scoring position on this road trip continued to be an issue for the Brewers. One hit today, but it did not produce a run. That was the Terang infield single. So far in the afternoon, 1 for 6. The Brewers 6 for 46 on the trip. A lot of that damage in a Cardinals series. Sal slaps one through the left side for a base hit. Leadoff man is on for his third time in 4 innings against Cease.
Yeah, they've been getting runners on. Just have not been able to get him around. Sal Frelick doing what he does. Anything up and away from him, he's doing this right here. Look how he tomahawks that pitch. Get a bigger, smaller helmet for Frelick because that one almost fell off again.
He's been between helmet sizes for a while. They found a a solution to it for a bit, but when you're swinging at a pitch that's around shoulder high, you're kind of at the mercy of what your body's doing.
That's true. That is true.
Cease has been out of the stretch a lot today as Durbin fouls it away at the sinker. Durbin struck out looking in the second. Brewers have had a man on in every inning so far. Chad Patrick, Robert Gasser chatting. Durbin, pop up, shallow center. Handled by Merrill.
67 pitches into this outing for Dylan Cease, and he's no stranger to going over 100. Last 3 starts, he's been over 100 pitches. Last time out against the White Sox, right on 100. Time before that, against the Rockies, 109. It's not even his season high either. He was up to 110 back in June against the Royals.
Bowers bunts. That is a foul ball.
That could have been a double.
It certainly could have been. He had the right idea. He was trying to push it up that third baseline.
Yeah, Manny Machado basically playing where the shortstop has played traditionally, and that's what Jake Bauers saw, and that's just foul. Both sides have been on it. That's pretty close. Ben May over there at third.
Almost popped it up with a bunt to the third base bag. Doubled his last time and takes Lowen in the dirt.
And Manny Machado calling his bluff too, just not even moving over to the third baseline. I mean, look at how much room is over there. That's like the shift that we used to see from the third baseman.
Almost daring him to do it again. That's a close pitch, and Cease has not got those pitches from Chad Fairchild today.
That's what we saw from Roberto Ortiz in game 1 of this series. That bottom of the zone just not open for business.
The difference is that Chad Fairchild's not calling the armpit strike. And that's ball 3. It's been a good zone today, other than those fringy pitches down there at the bottom.
Right. Ben May was good as well in last night's ball game.
There's the shift for Bowers. See what he gets on 3-1. And that's ball 4. So first and second for Andrew Monasterio. Second walk for Dylan Cease. Monasterio struck out in the second. And strike 1 right down the middle with a slider.
Monasterio with 16 RBIs on the season, hitting .323 with runners in scoring position. He's come up big at times for the Brewers.
Swing and a miss. 98 from Cease. There's Monasterio that had the big pinch hit, 3-run homer in extra innings against the Reds in the 14th win in a row back in August. Just missed. Number 14 delivering the 14th win. Franchise record. Swing and a miss. 99, the best we've seen from Cease.
It's just so deceptive. I mean, again, he hides it. He's got the short arm path. But then it also has this little extra giddy up, and it doesn't look like he's throwing. He doesn't there's not a lot of effort to it. So it really just jumps on you, and that's why he gets so many late swings on the fastballs, especially with 2 strikes.
Danny Jansen drew a walk his first plate appearance and takes strike 1.
It just feels like the Brewers could just use a little bloop double down that right field line to clear the bases. Just something.
The Brewers have not scored a run since the 10th inning Monday. They got shut out last night. Did not have a runner in scoring position last night until the 8th inning. Big opportunity for Jansen. Got the call there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Struck him out. Dylan Cease has 6 Ks through 4 innings and 2 more. Law offices one call, that's all call to the pen. Brings in Eric Fetty on in relief. Be the bulk guy today. And here it's a 0-0 game in the bottom of the 4th.
He's got a 3.38 ERA as a Milwaukee Brewer in 13 in the 3rd innings pitched. Thought he was really good against the Cardinals in 4 innings of work. Just gave up 1 hit. And ended up giving up 3 earned runs, but he was sharp. And watch Eric Fetty. He's got more of that natural arm slot that he's used to. He's getting a lot more movement on the sinker, a lot more movement on the breaking ball as well. Let's see how he can get through this Padres lineup.
He's got the middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6. And Sheets took it inside. 2 balls and a strike on Gavin Sheets. Walked his first time up in the first. 1 of 2 walks issued by Patrick. And Sheets to right. Frelick coming on. Dives, and he caught it. The Gold Glover takes an extra base hit away from Gavin Sheets. 2 gems in this game. First from Churio, now Sal Frelick.
Oh, what a play from Sal Frelick on a sinking hot shot by Gavin Sheets. This is a sinking liner right here. This is the most difficult play. It's a great jump. It's a great route, and then he's able to secure it. Very difficult as that is sinking late. Almost knuckling at him.
Here's our T-Mobile great catch. Best catch in the game. T-Mobile. Ball and a strike on Xander Bogaerts. He was the one that hit the ball to straightaway center that Churio took back. Potential 3-run homer in the opening inning. On the ground to third. It's a high hop. Durbin throws out Xander Bogaerts, 2 away.
And think about what that catch does for your pitcher that's just entering the game against such a tough lineup, the middle of a tough lineup right here in the San Diego Padres. You make that catch instead of nobody out, runner on second base, maybe on third base if that gets by Sal Frelick. You have 1 out, nobody on.
And that is a do-or-die play in right. O'Hearn a base hit in his first time up. All-star for the first time this year. O'Hearn pops it up. This is more than likely going to end the inning as Vaughn comes in, makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Reached on a fielder's choice. Swing and a miss. Ball and strike.
He's been pitching backwards, so sliders in fastball counts and fastballs in late in the count and breaking ball counts. Been hard to figure out for the Brewers.
Ooh, swing and a miss. That bottom hand coming off the bat for Yelich. Came into the inning with 80 pitches for Dylan Cease. Again, not that the pitch count is a big deal for him. With that slider again. 2-2.
Yes, he's making a case to be in that rotation for their number 3 for the playoffs. Pivetta will be their 1, Michael King their 2, and the way he's throwing the ball today, he's making that case for being their number 3 starter.
And it's foul tipped and held on. There's another slider and another strikeout for Cease. Now a quick word from Aurora Healthcare.
This is how it feels to have a complete health partner who cares for all.
Here's Churio. Took a homer back from Xander Bogaerts in the first inning. See if he can get that bat going. Reached on a sacrifice E1 back in the third. Struck out in the first. Just does beat the pitch timer. Flips the curveball in for a strike. And the mix from Cease it's lethal.
Yeah, and he's landing the slider a ton. That's his out-pitch weapon, his main one. Most of his strikeouts are coming on that slider.
7 strikeouts in the game. Came in with the third most in the National League. Gets another strikeout. 4 straight Ks for Dylan Cease.
And that one's on the sweeper. So a little less velocity, a little more tilt to the movement. Take a look at this 2-plane breaker right here. That's nasty. And Jackson Churio just kind of way deeper.
And that one bends in for a strike with a curveball.
He's 29 years old. He's going to get paid big time, even though he's got a 4.5 ERA. He'll be a free agent after this season.
That's into left field, a base hit for Bryce Terang. He's got 2 hits on the day. And it's an opportunity for Vaughn again. Vaughn hit with the bases loaded in the third with 1 away. It's a perfect swing from Terang on this breaking ball.
Yeah, love how he stays inside it. Just plans of shooting it the other way. That was the approach right here. You could tell from Bryce Terang to get on base with a 2-out base hit. See if he's going to be on the move. 12 stolen bases on the year given up by Cease. Only 4 caught stealings.
Vaughn takes a breaking ball. I'd be willing to bet that Cease has only thrown a couple of fastballs in this entire inning. He got 1 fastball. Now 2.
He's trying to... It's just keeping the Brewers hitters off balance, his ability to land the breaking stuff for strikes. And this now 3rd time through the order, he's mixing it up even more now.
No action in that Padres pen. 94th pitch coming from Cease. The fastball has been up in the zone more often than not, too, Vinny. The off-speed stuff is what he's been landing more consistently.
Right.
That's in the dirt. Going to get by Fermini. Doesn't know where it is. Terang is going to take third base. And Fermin picked it up. If he lets that ball roll and it rolls into the dugout, the umpires send Terang back to second base. Because at the time of the pitch, if it goes out of play, it's only 1 base. So that's a huge 90 feet that Terang takes.
Absolutely, especially with... Take a look at this one, how far it skips away. And you're right, Jeff. If this goes all the way into the dugout, Terang has to stay at second. If Fermin decides to pick it up. But now another wild pitch scores a run for the Brewers.
It's 3-1 on Vaughn. And he flipped that one in there for his strike, and it's 3-2 on Andrew Vaughn. A 2-base wild pitch. Frelick's on deck, trying to break the scoreless tie. It's 3-2. Vaughn fouls it away, lives to see another one.
You just cannot sit on fastball right here. You have to make sure that you're kind of thinking, and this is what Andrew Vaughn has done. This is his approach. Middle the other way, stay back on the off-speed stuff, and try and fight the fastball off.
David Morgan playing catch in the pen. Here's Vaughn, 3-2, 2 away. Line down the left field line, a fair ball. The Brewers strike first. Vaughn into second base with an RBI double. It's 1-0 Milwaukee.
What a big hit from Andrew Vaughn, and just an exceptional approach. Again, fight the fastball off. You could sense that that's what he was doing against that breaking ball, keeping the hands back. Such a nasty pitch, the slider, all day for Dylan Cease, but Andrew Vaughn all over this slider right here and drives a double into the left field line and scores Bryce Terang. Brewers take a 1-0 lead.
It was not the desired location for Fermin. Wanted it away. It leaked over the inside part of the plate. The Brewers finally get that big hit with a man in scoring position. Giving Morgan an extra moment to get ready potentially. Brewers pick up a run batted in for every Brewers RBI this season. Northwestern Mutual Foundation funding 5 hours of childhood cancer research. Northwestern Mutual and the Milwaukee Brewers proud to partner in curing childhood cancer.
And how about Andrew Vaughn, too? Bases loaded, grounded into a double play last at bat, and then the ability to clear it, get another opportunity with a runner in scoring position, and come through and execute with a huge RBI right there for the Brewers. The first run they've scored since the 10th inning in Game 1. Shut out in yesterday's game.
Sal Frelick. Chance to drive in another run. Pops it up, and it's in the seats. Single for Frelick last time up into left. All of this at 2 outs. Remember, Yelich and Churio both struck out to start the inning. Terang with a base hit. Got to third on a wild pitch. A two-base wild pitch to set up Vaughn. And now Sal pops it up. On the infield, Cronenworth. Brewers are finished, but they strike in the
special guests. Learn more at brewers.com/postseason.
Coming up on Friday is Andrew Vaughn delivers in the clutch with 2 outs in the 5th. Eric Fetty working with a lead. Gonna get Bryce Johnson. Came in to play for Laureano. He got hit. Tries to bunt. Fetty, barehand pickup, throw to first. One pitch, one away. Fetty fielding his position.
any bobble whatsoever. And Bryce Johnson's going to be on first base with a leadoff hit. And Eric Fetty does a really nice job of securing that one barehanded and throwing a strike to first to Andrew Vaughn. Pretty athletic job and play by Eric Fetty to bounce off the mound. You see it bobbled around a little bit in his hand, wiggled around, but able to get it and record the out.
Cronenworth takes a strike. That's another play. Saw him running in fair territory. Johnson, if Fetty hits him in any way, he's going to be out anyway. Never put that in the umpire's hands, though.
Right, they extended that running lane. Even though there's no line, they did extend it all the way to the grass. But if you're off the grass, or onto the grass, you're going to be called out.
Swing and a miss by Cronenworth on a cutter up and in. 1-2. Cronenworth flied to left back in the second inning. Going in. Leaked over the middle of the plate. That is going to be right to Monasterio. And he throws out Cronenworth. Missed Fetty. Monasterio had Cronenworth played perfectly. Now a quick word from Rally House, Wisconsin.
Shop Rally House for the best selection of team gear in
Looking for that shutdown inning as Fetty gets ahead. 5 up, 5 down so far for Fetty. He's found something with the Brewers. He's had great success pitching out of the bullpen in this long relief role. Just missed. Aaron Ashby getting loose. Some lefties coming up.
Yeah, Uribe, Koenig, Ashby, Mears should all be available in this one.
Swing and a miss. Good sweeper.
But you're right, Eric Fetty has been sharp. Later break on his breaking ball and on the sinker. That's something that Chris Hook, talked to Chris Hook about the adjustments that he has made with Eric Fetty ever since he came over from the Braves, and it's just his ability to track the pitch longer until it gets to home plate. Then you want the movement, later movement.
Well, he gets Fermin looking on that sinker on the outside corner. It's a perfect fit for Eric Fetty.
top of the zone today.
David Morgan came off the injured list before the game today. So he is back. 39th appearance for him. He's faced the Brewers once and threw one pitch.
Just came off the 15-day IL with a right shoulder, not strained, but had some inflammation in there. Just came off. Throws hard. Kind of a low release. 98, 99 miles per hour. Really good curveball and slider.
First one to Durbin is a fastball in the inside corner. The one pitch that I referenced was to Caleb Durbin. It was the walk-off home run back in June in that Saturday night game. Padres have just tied it in the top of the ninth. And on the first pitch Morgan threw, Durbin said, adios. This one grounded to third. Backs up Machado. And just enough on the throw to get Caleb Durbin. One away in the sixth. Jake Bauers coming up. Let's go downstairs to Sophia Moore on Bauers.
Yeah, ever since Jake Bauers came back from that left shoulder injury, he has really put together consistent at-bats over his last 17 games. A 400 average for him, 2 homers, 4 hits for him on this road trip, and he's been on base twice today. And talking to assistant hitting coach Eric Tyson, he said obviously health most important for him, and he's just really comfortable at the plate. But what Tyson said he's most happy with Jake Bauers, he said, has been the takes and the swing decision. He said when a player's up there and they're taking really good pitches, even in the strike zone, he said that shows that they're really comfortable, obviously seeing the ball well, making good decisions. He said Bauers is just consistently putting himself in a good position to hit with those takes and with those decisions, and that's what has led to all the production and the hard contact that we've seen from him over the stretch.
He's been on base twice today. Thank you, Sophia. A double and a walk, both against Cease. 5 out of 10 on this road trip. And with all of these good at-bats, Vinny, I mean, he's putting himself into a situation where you can't have him out of the lineup. You have to have the bat in there.
Yeah, he's forcing himself in there. He's been productive. He's been swinging the bat so well. Watch that front foot. It's just a short little stride. He's staying so balanced right now, and that creates a shorter path with his hands. Yeah, I talked to him about that, and the longer stride, kind of the more force with the lower half, sometimes can get those hands kind of stuck behind you, creating a longer path. Jake Bauers has made that adjustment. It's been paying off.
3-1, and the rip at that high fastball, 3-2. He's going to that keeping it simple method.
Yeah. And he's so strong. That's the other thing I talked to him about. He's so strong that he's almost feeling like he just needs to play pepper with the ball and it's going to go. We saw that in Texas when he hit that 430-plus foot home run.
3-2 to Bauers. Lines it down the left field line. It's a foul ball. I'm not sure he knew where that ball was as he made contact with it.
A 99-mile-per-hour fastball at the top of the zone. That's what I'm talking about. Just touches it. Just plays pepper with it. And he hits a rocket just foul down the line.
Another 3-2. And he draws another walk. Good take. Brewers have had a base runner in every single inning against the Padres. Looking to add to that 1-0 lead. It's Monasterio now. Fetty with 2 perfect innings out of the bullpen. Saw Aaron Ashby loosening last half inning. Top of the order is coming up for San Diego in the 6th. Another tight game between these two teams. Line foul by Monasterio.
How evenly matched are these two teams? My goodness.
And the only game that got lopsided was last night's a 7-0 Padres win. Everything else, the previous 4 games, all decided by 2 runs or fewer.
You take away that first inning from Bruce Zimmerman where he gave up the grand slam to O'Hearn, and he didn't really give up anything after that. Couple of runs on a 2-run homer, but these teams have been playing so tight and so close in the 6 matchups so far this season.
Every game between these two teams has felt like a playoff game.
Right.
These two teams very well may meet again. The wild card series, if it started today, would be the Cubs and Padres. The winner of that series will play against the Brewers in Milwaukee starting on the 4th of October. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second base. Bowers is out. What a throw from Fermin behind the plate. See if Murph wants to take another look at it. Bowers is not going anywhere. And they will not challenge it. That was a great throw from Fermin off balance.
He's got a cannon back there. Freddie Fermin, acquired at the trade deadline from the Kansas City Royals. Look how quick that release is. And that was a phenomenal tag on the other end by Jake Cronenworth. Look how quick that tag is after he picks that ball out of the dirt and swipes Jake Bowers across that ankle.
2 away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he struck him out. Monasterio, a rare chase for him. Ends up being a 3-up and 3-down inning. Sixth inning in San Diego. Fetty still out there. First pitch misses slightly wide on a rise for ball 1. Joey Ortiz comes into the ball game to play it short. Monasterio done after going 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. A tight game. Have your best defensive unit out there. Ortiz now at short.
Yeah, just a defensive substitution there with Ortiz coming in for Monasterio.
Rise yet to be retired, and he's down to the count 1-2. Single and a walk today for a Rise. Extended his hitting streak to 13 games with the base hit in first. There you go. Good fanship right there. To short. Murphy's Law, right? For first in time. If you come into the ball game, it's going to go right to you.
Uncanny. Well, we saw when Rhys Hoskins played first base the other day in St. Louis. He hadn't played first since July. First ball right to him. See it right there from Joey Ortiz.
Machado takes outside. He struck out twice, both on cutters away. There's a strike. Ashby still loosening in the bullpen for the Brewers. Swing and a miss. A wild cut on that cutter that missed its spot.
They've gone to the breaking ball or the cutter away from Manny Machado to get him to strike out twice so far in this game. Let's see if Fetty throws that sweeper to that same spot.
Going away, 1-2. Off the end of the bat. And that one was in the left-handed batter's box. Almost hit Jackson Merrill in the on-deck circle. Going out there again. Struck him out again. Hat trick for Manny Machado this afternoon.
That's where you can get them. You can get them to expand breaking balls down and away. And Eric Fetty's sweeper has tightened up ever since he's become a Milwaukee Brewer and ever since Chris Hook has worked with him on that later break to that pitch. Look at how tight that spin is, and Manny Machado nowhere close.
Merrill pounds it foul, taking a rip at that first pitch. Change up from Fetty.
Talk about a guy making a case to be on the playoff roster, Eric Fetty.
At this point, how do you leave him off?
Right.
0-1 to Merrill. And he has given the Brewers some quality innings. Currently an ERA of 2.81 as a Brewer.
And you're talking about a guy, too, that just threw on Sunday 56 pitches and 4 innings of work against the Cardinals. Just 2 days of rest. This would be his bullpen day if he was a starter. Meaning you take a couple of days of rest, throw your bullpen, get your work in, and he's getting his work in on the mound in a game.
1-2, Merrill to left. This one carrying into the corner. Bauer's out of room. Merrill just flicks it out of the ballpark. That ties the game 1-1. It was a good pitch, but Merrill rides the jet stream out of here at Petco.
The ball carries here during the day. And Jackson Merrill just goes with this pitch to the opposite field. We've seen a power surge from him the last 16 ball games now. I beg your pardon, 17 ball games, 7 home runs. And he just drives this out of here to straightaway left field. He's got that kind of pop.
Pat Murphy is making a pitching change. Aaron Ashby's coming in to face Gavin Sheets. Fetty with 2 2/3 really good innings. One pitch to Merrill spoils it.
Before he was feared on the field,
game. 33 pitches was super efficient, was Fetty. And now it's Ashby for his 42nd appearance, second of this series.
It came out in game 1, 16 pitches in an inning of work, punched out 2. Aaron Ashby went in the zone. He's virtually unhittable. Let's see what he does right here against Gavin Sheets and some of these lefties for the Padres.
And now we're having an issue with our PitchCom device as we get a new one with some new batteries sent out. It seems to be the one that works.
All this technology and all these PitchCom device errors, right?
It's still a thing.
They're figuring it out.
Sinking issues from the bullpen into the game mound. Sheets takes a strike. 98 at the top of the zone.
Ashby's throwing the four-seamer a touch more. From time to time, usually at the top rail.
Sheets lines it foul. He flied to left against Ashby in game 1. Here's the arsenal for Ashby.
Sprinkling in that four-seam fastball, 97-98.
Everything he throws has movement on. He's ahead 0-2 on Gavin Sheets. Somehow got a piece of that curveball. No legs in that swing whatsoever. Maury Hone, the left-hander.
That guy's got a rubber arm after throwing 3 days in a row. He gets a day off yesterday, back on the mound, warming up in this one.
And that's held on to by Jansen. Sheets is gone. So are the Padres. Merrill hits a homer to tie it up. We go to the appearance on the season.
This is 4 out of 5 for him. He's just super stingy with hits, strikes guys out. And he's been tough all year long. Run that fastball up to 100 miles per hour, angling in on a right-handed hitter. He's tough on both righties and lefties with this kind of arsenal right here. Averages 98 on the sinker. Gets ground balls at a huge clip, 56% of the time.
Jansen a walk and a strikeout today. Look out, almost hit him with 97. At that time of day where the shadows start to become a problem for hitters. There's Nick Mears. Jansen into center for a base hit. Leadoff man is on again for the Brewers.
How about that? There you go. There's a start. Just the 47th hit given up by Morihone on the season in 71 2/3. Yeah, Jansen all over the fastball, inner half of the plate. Hits a line drive right back up the box.
Yelich now against Morihone. That's up and in. One out of two lifetime against Morihone is Yelich. Took that one for a strike. Bunting and pulling it back and taking a slider away ever so slightly.
Just missed. Yelich pulling the bunt back. Not a bad idea. This is a tough AB. Left on left.
Check the swing, appeal it, and he went. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Throws that slider inches off the plate and then comes back with a sinker at 98 under your hands.
98 inside. Tough. So tough on left-handers. Hitting 144 against Morihone on the season.
Ground ball. Morihone off his glove right to the bag. That's one. That's two. It'll go 1-6-3, but Morihone didn't do much to affect the play.
Another fastball inside. It's so tough when you're protecting against that tight slider. That's in off the plate at 99. Yeah, right to Bogarts over to first base for the 6-3 double play. Take a look at that pitch. Just eats Christian Yelich alive inside, and then that tailor-made double play.
That is a strike on Jackson Chourio. Second double play turned by the Padres this afternoon. The Brewers with 7 hits today. They've stranded 7 on base. All in the first 5 innings of this one. A runner on in every inning against the Padres.
See Jackson put a charge into one. See if Morihone leaves something out over the plate to him.
Going in. Shot foul. That was the pitch. 98, but up and away.
Jackson just in between right now. It's the hair laid on the fastball, ahead of the breaking ball and the changeup.
Morihone's allowed just 2 home runs this season. And now we will see a visit to the mound. Saving from a pitch timer violation. How about a quick message from Potawatomi Casino Hotel?
I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Everybody, watch out. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact. Everybody, watch out.
1-2 on Jackson Chourio. Line to right, a base hit. Maybe that's the swing that unlocks everything for Chourio. Stayed on the changeup perfectly.
That's a thing of beauty right there on a changeup. I just said he was out in front of the changeup, not on that one. He stayed back, barreled it up into right field. Adrian Morejon throws a pretty good pitch to the outer part of the plate, but up. That's what allowed Jackson Chourio to stay on it and hit that hard line drive into right.
2 hits in the inning for the Brewers. Bryce Terang digs in. Had a couple of questions for Chad Fairchild, who's still putting his mask on. Now we're all set to go. 2 for 3 for Terang. Runner goes. Throw to second base is going to be late. Chourio with a huge jump against Morejon. And there he is for Terang.
Paying no attention to Jackson Chourio. Chourio was off with first movement. As soon as Morejon picked up his foot, he was gone. Check this out. Huge jump. And he's slow to the plate. 9th stolen base given up on the year by Morejon, and Jackson Chourio in there easily.
Another at bat with runners in scoring position for the Brewers. Terang took strike 2. Slider from Morejon.
Yeah, some pitchers are so tough on the hitter, they almost don't even care about the runner. Morejon has confidence in getting out both lefties and righties. Let's see if Bryce Terang can spoil that.
Runner goes. Line back up the middle, a base hit. Chourio will score, and the Brewers regain the lead. With 2 strikes, Bryce Terang does it again for the Brewers.
He's come through all season long with big hits, big RBIs. He does so again against a tough lefty, and Adrian Morejon. He's given up a total of 16 hits. Now 17 against left-handed batters. Bryce Terang stays on that slider. What a swing. And it drives it right back up the box. Puts the Brewers up by 1. 2-1 ball game.
That's our play fully brought to you by Aurora Healthcare. Now it's Vaughn. Another 2-out opportunity for Vaughn. A big hit by Bryce Terang, his 3rd hit of the day. Vaughn to center. Jackson is there and makes the catch. Didn't carry for Andrew Vaughn on that one. But the Brewers take the lead. An RBI single.
first two hitters that he faced, and one came around to score. It's a big appearance right here for Nick Mears to keep this game at 2-1 for the Brewers.
Retired the first two batters he faced in that inning. And Arias got that single in the seventh. And Bogaerts takes strike one with a curveball from Mears. Bogaerts, O'Hearn, and then Johnson. And it's in the dirt. Choked the slider, 1-1 strike. Bogaerts down the line, foul. Bogaerts robbed of a homer back in the first inning. That was the Jackson Churio play. Kyle Hart, the left-hander, loosens for San Diego. Remember, the magic number for the Brewers to have the best record in Major League Baseball is 2.
Yep. Phillies playing later tonight.
Bogaerts, that's a fair ball. Third base, backhand play. Spot, and here come the Padres, first and second. Nobody out.
Well, that guy can hit. He can hit against the Brewers. He jumps on the first pitch. That's a fastball up in the zone. And Ryan O'Hearn, quick hands, man. Wow. Gets to it, hits a base hit up the middle.
And the Brewers know that he's aggressive. First pitch came in hitting almost 450 on the first pitch of an at-bat. And now it's Johnson.
Watch for the bunt right here.
Corners creeping in. Johnson squares, bunts. Durbin throws out Johnson just barely. Sacrifices complete. Second and third. And this game is speeding up fast.
There's a well-executed bunt by Bryce Johnson, forcing Caleb Durbin not only to field it, but to make a pretty good play. Coming in hard on the run right here. It kind of bunts it into that no man's land, and Caleb Durbin really had to work hard to his left to get over there, and Bryce Terang covering first. Well, they get an out. Big mess that Nick Mears finds himself in. Second and third, one out.
Double barrel action now as Estrada has joined Hart. The tying run standing at third base. The go-ahead run standing at second in the seventh inning against Mears for Jake Cronenworth.
We need a strikeout right here. Strikeout or a weak pop-up.
And they might elect to put him on. And they will. So you're going to load the bases to set up the at-bat with Freddie Fermin. See how they play their middle infield depth. And play them back and the corners in. Bases are loaded for Fermin. He struck out twice in the game.
He's grounded into 5 double plays, so that's kind of what you're going to be playing for right here. You can get him to roll over that slider down and away.
Ball one on Fermin. He had the game winner on Monday. That's fouled away, and he almost hit Xander Bogaerts in foul territory. He was hitting the deck. This came off the IL yesterday. On a strike on Fermin. There are your runners. Foul back. 96 and a challenge. 1-2.
Yeah, get him off the breaking ball. That's a purpose pitch right there. After the slider, the first pitch, curveball, second pitch. Gotta get him off the breaking ball. Let's see what he goes to here. Maybe fastball up.
That fastball missed the spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rob Zastryzny playing catch in the Brewers pen. Got him! Slider at the bottom of the zone. And Chad Fairchild rings him up.
Oh, Jeff, I didn't think he was going to ring him up right there. The slider perfectly located at the bottom. We've seen Stuart Fairchild call that a ball, and I think he just rung Freddie Fermin out of this game.
He might have got 2 for 1 with Schilt and Fermin. That pitch has not been a strike for the majority of the day. And Nick Mears got one right there from Chad Fairchild. He tossed somebody out. So now it's Luis Arraez. This is the guy that had the base hit against Mears.
Yeah, this is perfectly located. Look at that slider right at the bottom of the zone. And great job by Danny Jansen on the other end to present it to Stuart Fairchild for strike 3.
Here's Arraez. Base is loaded. And that's ball 1.
They're not done yet. They called him Stuart Fairchild. This is a former center fielder for the Reds, Chad Fairchild. That's who I meant.
Here's a strike on Arraez. Big out to get. Preserve the lead for Nick Mears. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the 7th.
He hasn't had that curveball so far in this inning. It's popped out of his hand a couple of times.
All this traffic, only 15 pitches that Mears has thrown. They've been aggressive. 2-1 on Arraez. Ground ball foul. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got to make a pitch right here for Nick Mears. Popped him up, foul. Do it again.
This is what you call a no panic at bat. Very easier said than done, meaning when a hitter is this aggressive, will expand the zone, refuses to walk, refuses to strike out. Hard to trust that you can throw pitches that far out of the zone and the guy's going to offer at him. That's what Luis Arraez does, especially with the bases loaded.
Going away, 2-2. Fly ball. Right center. It will be Sal Frelick giving way to Churio at the last moment, and Mears works his magic and gets out of the jam. The Padres leave the bases loaded. We go to the 8th. Frelick a dozen. New career high as Kyle Hart is on. Second time for him this series. Gets Sal Frelick. Squares to bunt. And bunts through for strike one.
He's been good out of the pen for the Padres ever since they removed him from the starting rotation. He made 6 starts early in the season, optioned him down to AAA, and brought him back as a reliever. It's good against lefties and righties.
Hart pitched in the 7th inning. Gave up a base hit and a fly out. It was Terang that had a hit against him. Mike Schilt was the one that was ejected by the home plate umpire, Chad Fairchild, last half inning. Frelick sends it in the air to center. Jackson Merrill takes care of out number 1. Fermin was arguing, but Mike Schilt stepped in and took the ejection rather than Fermin, as Jared Koenig is playing catch in the Brewers bullpen.
Well, Fermin had that strike 3 called against him on that slider down in the zone, and Fermin's been behind the plate all day working with Chad Fairchild. And his case was, look, you haven't been calling that for us all day long. Mike Schilt stepped in before Fermin could be ejected.
Durbin on the ground at third, bobbled by Machado. Bare hand pickup, still with time, and throws him out. 2 away, and now a quick word from Aurora Healthcare.
This is how it feels to have a complete health partner who cares.
So Rhys Hoskins grab a bat. He is coming up against Hart. He'll hit for Bowers, who was not retired today. Doubled, walked twice. Hoskins gets an opportunity to hit. And then you'll see the defensive alignment shift.
Hoskins 0 for 7 on this road trip, looking for his first hit.
Hoskins pinch hit and struck out in last night's game.
It's a tough role that Pat Murphy's asking Rhys Hoskins to kind of step up and perform. And after that thumb injury, he's back on the roster now, and really no playing time for him. Tough to get at bats right now with how well Bowers and Andrew Vaughn have been playing at first base.
Bradley Rodriguez tossing in the bullpen for San Diego. There's a strike. 1-2. Two-to-one ball game. Nothing new between these two teams. Reaches out, hits one into right. In the tracks of Bryce Johnson, who puts it away, and the Brewers are finished in the 8th. I can't even say that with a straight face. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Good changeup by Koenig. Machado's 0 for 3 of 3 Ks. It was a very well-fought battle. Nice job, Vinny. You get all the credit. There you go.
Next year we're doing T-shirts, though.
Perfect.
Okay.
Can't wait. They're on the presses. 0-2. Machado strikes out swinging. That's a sombrero for Manny Machado, 4 Ks.
And Jared Koenig just gasses him up at the top of the zone at 97 miles per hour. Machado clearly not looking for this, well behind it. Good start by Jared Koenig.
Jackson Merrill, the only run on the board for the Padres off his bat, a solo homer. Merrill pops it up on the first pitch. Shallow left. Churiel, who just slid to left, is there. Makes the catch, 2 away.
That's a big out to get. Jackson Merrill's been swinging such a hot bat with power to all fields. Koenig gets the second out of the inning, gets him to pop out.
Gavin Sheets representing the tying run. Breaking ball clips the top of the zone for strike 1. Double barrel action in the Padres bullpen. Just missed wide. First ball that Koenig is thrown. There's Mason Miller playing catch alongside Jeremiah Estrada. Brewers have not seen Miller in the series. There's a strike, went quick pitch, 1-2.
Yeah, I'm sure if it's tied or if the Padres take the lead, you're going to see Miller. Estrada, if it stays the same.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Sheets. Fouled it away to stay alive. Here comes Koenig. On the ground, first base side. It's a fair ball. Koenig, shovel pass. Sheets is safe on a swinging bunt up the first baseline. That was going to stay fair. First hit of the series for Sheets.
Yeah, Koenig did his best to get over there and kind of backhand flip it like a left-handed middle infielder. So he gets over there and he has to kind of shovel it over there and just hung on to it just a little too long. Brewers have been so good with their PFPs all year, and Koenig not able to complete that play.
That's a tough one. Easier for a right-handed thrower. Saw Tarek Skubal try and do that between his legs last night. That did not work out well. Here's Bogaerts. And he looks at ball 1. So the tying run is on. Short lead for Sheets. There's a strike on Bogaerts at the knees.
Well, Bogaerts is better against non-fastballs against left-handed pitchers. Let's see if Koenig decides to stay hard with him.
That's low with a changeup. Bogaerts came into the game yesterday hitting over 300 against left-handed pitching. And it's now 3-1. Got another lefty on deck. That's O'Hearn, a guy who has had big hit after big hit against the Brewers. There's a strike. Perfect pitch. 3-2. With some conviction there, too, from Chad Fairchild.
Yeah, that perfectly located down and away at 96.
Here we go on 3-2. Sheets will be off of the pitch. The payoff. Ground ball to third. Backhand Durbin. Strong throw across one. Hop scoop and got him. Caleb Durbin with play down the line. He gets Xander Bogaerts. We go to the ninth in San Diego. The Brewers have a one-run. Ninth inning in San Diego. Jeremiah Estrada is out of the Padres bullpen. Ortiz, Jansen, and Yelich scheduled.
They're part of that back-end group for the Padres who's been pretty much lights out all year. They really backspin the baseball up to 100 miles per hour with the fastball. There's a changeup and a slider to go with it.
That was the first pitch slider. Great work by Jared Koenig today. Gave up the infield single as Abner Uribe cranks it up. Potential save situation in the bottom of the ninth. There's a strike and it's 0-2. Back-to-back sliders from Estrada. And that one's on the ground. Nice side saddle pick by Machado when he throws out Joey Ortiz.
Doesn't he play third base kind of like Roger Federer played tennis? I mean, just so easy and nonchalant, but yet makes every single play.
There's Danny Jansen. Base hit and a walk today. He's also struck out 1 out of 2. Jansen takes high, ball 1. Before we get to the bottom of the ninth inning, this is my last game on TV this year. Brian Anderson will have the games on Friday and Sunday. 1-0 to Danny Jansen. Foul back. But I just want to say thanks to everybody, our entire crew, producers, Brent Reeland and Dan Keener, our directors, John Walsh and Lindsay Posey. Of course, analysts Vinny Rotino and Bill Schroeder and Tim Dillard. Sophia down on the field. You guys are the absolute best. 1-1 to Jansen. Is a strike.
Yeah, we got the best crew in the business, Jeff.
We really do. We really do. Appreciate everybody. Everybody's hard work.
And we're not just saying that. I mean, we hear that from different people around the game. Brewers TV, Brewers broadcast, best in the business.
And 2 fell back again. It's not like I'm going anywhere. I'm just not going to be on TV anymore.
Well, it's been fun doing games with you this year, partner.
Likewise, pal. Been a lot of fun. And even though I lost the cribbage match this year,
it's always next year.
Still was a lot of fun. I'll just be over on the radio side over the weekend and the playoffs. 1-2. In the dirt, back to the backstop.
Well, hopefully we can send off with the Brewers victory here today.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
Tie the franchise record with their 96th win. And 3 defensive outs away from doing it. And 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yelich on deck. The Brewers have had a base runner in every inning with the exception of the 8th. 3-2 coming. Jansen, a drive to left. If it's fair, it's going to be gone. It is a fair ball off the Metal Supply Company and a huge home run for Danny Jansen. What a bomb. His second in a Brewers uniform, and that is a huge breath of fresh air.
A big insurance run. Big swing by Danny Jansen. His 13th homer of the season, and this one was a bomb right down the line. Keeps his hands back on a hanging slider from Jeremiah Estrada. He knows it. Only question is if it's going to stay fair, and hit does. Off the Western Metal Supply Company building. That gives the Brewers some breathing room, up by 2.
There's Yelich. 1 for 4 today. And he slaps one foul left side. There's a group up on the top deck of the Western Metal Supply Company building right now. And they were all posing for a group picture, and Jansen almost hit them.
You know better to take a picture when Danny Jansen's up at bat.
That's up high.
That was majestic home run right there by the Wisconsin native. Appleton West High School.
Both of his homers have come in September. And that one's low and in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For Estrada, he's starting to give up the long ball recently. That's the 7th home run that he's allowed in his last 17 innings of work.
12 total now on the year. Maybe some signs of fatigue, right? All the usage from these back-end arms. I'm actually surprised they went to Estrada in a losing situation.
This is into left. Sheets coming in. It's the catch. 2 away. Remember, Mike Schilt ejected in this game after Fermin was called out on strikes in the 7th. Bench coach Brian Esposito is calling the shots now. Here's Jackson Chourio. Chourio, the base hit his last time, snapped an 0 for 20, also stole a base. And a swing and a miss. Had it made up in his mind that he was going to be going right there no matter what. Chourio now with 19 stolen bases. He's 1 stolen base away from a 2020 season. Would be his 2nd. Be the first player ever to do that before the age of 22.
And he was off and running on that Bryce Terang base hit. That would have been his 20th stolen base.
May have helped him score.
Right. Hot shot up the middle from Bryce.
Jackson Merrill unleashed a good throw to the plate, and he's going to be going on contact with 2 outs anyway, but it certainly helped. 2 outs, a run in. Estrada ready on 1 and 2 on Jackson Churriel. Fly ball right field. This is peeling into the seats, foul. Danny Jansen with a big home run in this 9th inning off the facade of the building and left. This will be the 20th pitch from Estrada in this 9th. Uribe will get the bottom half. Churriel fouls it away. He took the stride out of his swing entirely.
That's what he'll do with 2 strikes. Just use the hands. It's a hanging splitter from Estrada.
Fouled it back again. Now he's starting to get locked in. Guys diving for these foul balls on our level, knocking out chairs. Looks like a WWE match. 1-2. Down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Everybody seems to be fine up here. Got some thumbs up, but those chairs may be broken.
Did he secure the ball? Did he get the ball even?
No. Which makes it even better. Another 2-2 on the way. Foul back again. It's a great at bat. This will be the 9th pitch of the sequence. We'll lock these in for later if these 2 teams meet up in the postseason.
Yeah.
So one popped up right side. A rise in foul ground makes the catch. The Brewers are done on the top of the 9th. Danny Jansen with his 2nd home run as a Brewer. This one road trip on a high note, pick up a win against the San Diego Padres, and match the franchise record for the most wins in a single season. Abner Uribe on to try and convert the save. He's 5 out of 7. He's been brilliant so far this year.
They're going for his 6th save of the year. Abner Uribe with that 1.72 ERA, 74th appearance. Talk about a rubber arm. Abner Uribe's been great. He pitched in game 1 of this series, 10 pitches in an inning of work. Give up just 1 hit, no earned runs. Looking to shut this thing down and send the Brewers back home on the plane with a W.
Here's O'Hearn. 2 for 3 today. The shadows are nasty right now. First pitch slider in there for a strike at the knees. Pitcher engulfed in shadows, hitter in shadows, and sunlight in between. Strike 2, 98 at the top part of the zone.
After a first pitch slider well located. You're going to get that strobe effect as the ball is coming through those shadows. Difficult when the pitcher is engulfed in the shadow and the batter's eye is bright. That's when it's most difficult.
O'Hearn into right. Frelick coming in. 1 away.
A big first out, too. Abner Uribe doing something that the Brewers have had trouble doing all season long is get Ryan O'Hearn to retire Ryan O'Hearn. He has been scorching hot against the Brewers.
Bryce Johnson came on to replace Ramon Laureano after he was swinging and got hit in the hand. Johnson fouls it away. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. A good look at what that hitter is dealing with those shadows this time of day in San Diego. And strike 2 at the bottom of the zone. Nothing but strikes so far from Abner Uribe. And the first ball of the inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Magic number for the Brewers for the best record in Major League Baseball is at 2. A win shrinks it to 1. And you wait on the Phillies and the Marlins. Just underway. 1-2. Hit foul. That slider is as good as we've seen it in the last few appearances, Vinny. It is tight and it's being located.
Yeah, watch Abner Uribe finish. Watch after he releases the pitch. If his direction is more towards the plate than first base, that's when you know he's got good balance through release.
This one fouled away.
Just like that. He's always going to have a little bit of fall off to first base, just kind of the nature of his delivery, but he has been exceptional lately with just that lead leg and that balance on that lead leg.
1-2. Struck him out with a slider. 2 away. Just buried it on the back foot of Bryce Johnson.
Yeah, that is just absolutely disgusting right here. This back foot slider. Just diving down and in towards the back foot of Bryce Johnson, has no chance of laying off it because of the pitches made earlier in the at-bat.
Jake Cronenworth now. 2 outs, nobody on. Brewers are up by 2. And ball 1 on Cronenworth. 0 for 2 with a walk, 0 for 6 in the series with 2 walks. Two balls, no strikes on Cronenworth.
Yeah, just go get him right here. Let him hit it.
There it is. 2-1.
Yeah, same thing.
Even 2 balls and 2 strikes, got the high strike. And Brewers are a strike away from matching their franchise record of 96 wins. Going in, 2-2 pitch from Uribe. Ground ball foul. Do it again. Sinker right at the bottom of the zone at 98.
They just keep pumping that sinker. Well, Cronenworth rarely chases outside the zone. Just fill it up. Let him put it in play.
Again on 2-2. It's Uribe. And stopping in with 100.
Actually threw the four-seamer there. A rare four-seam fastball from Abner Uribe. Do not want to walk in. Just go get him.
Tying run on deck. That's Fermin. Here's the payoff. Fouled away. Classy affair here in San Diego. Top hats for everybody. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Got him! He threw a slider. Uribe puts it in the holster, and the Brewers have matched their franchise record with 96 wins. And the magic number for the best record in baseball is down to 1.
A hard-fought series for the Brewers. You know, getting the win against the Padres in Game 3 of this series, salvaging the series. That's a big win to get. Get on the plane, go home, and then finish this thing off. Maybe get a little help from the Phillies, but it was all hands on deck in terms of the pitching staff today. 6 pitchers used. Abner Uribe finishes it off with his 6th save of the year. Just enough offense in this one. Good win by the Brewers right here, Jeff.
Andrew Vaughn, an RBI double, Terang, an RBI single, and then the homer by Jansen in the 9th inning. Heck of a job right there by the Milwaukee Brewers to pick up win number 96. They've got 3 to play against the Cincinnati Reds coming up this weekend. Vinny, it's been a pleasure all year, my friend.
Nice job. Awesome. You too.
For Vinny Rotino, Sophia Minter down on the field, our entire crew,